All right, we just finished seeing One Hand Clapping, also with the backyard tape with Paul McCartney, and we're just going to go around here. I'm with my friends here. Start with Elliot. Elliot, so what did you think of the experience?
I loved the movie. I was disappointed that there was no film footage of Junior's farm shown, but what I really enjoyed was the backyard scene with the acoustic, with songs like Blackpool, and really enjoyed that.
All right. How about you, sir? You're Alan, right?
I'm Alan.
Yes, Alan. What do you think?
I liked everything about it. It was really good. I was very pleasantly surprised and
And you had a good time there. And Stephen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought the movie was a great piece of history. For any McCartney fan should definitely want to see it. We'll get it on DVD when it comes out.
I'm Gerald. I would give the movie a 20 out of 10. My only complaint was that Paul didn't show up, and he only lives, 45 minutes from here.
Sometimes this is your first time seeing this, right?
Amazing. I forgot how much Linda was really involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you had a great time. I think you gave it the biggest thumbs up out of everybody here.
Amazing. I loved it. And
All
I'm
right.
a big Paul McCartney Wings fan. I thought it was excellent. I loved his narration.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And here I am the following day. So yesterday, I finally got around to seeing One Hand Clapping in the afternoon at a movie theater. And I met some friends there. And I was a little late seeing it because it came out on the 26th, where a lot of my friends went to see it. And some people have posted videos about it already. I didn't get to see it till the 28th. And I really want to thank, first of all, Stephen, Alan, the whole group, for treating me. Very nice of them to, want to get me the ticket because they're fans of the channel. And thank you for that. I always appreciate support. It was good meeting people. I'd met a few of them before. There was one a lady I just met the first time there. And as far as the actual presentation of the movie, we knew going in that the quality of the video wasn't going to be very good. I mean, this was very crudely recorded. They've done, I guess, the best they could to try to make it pop a little bit. But I didn't expect great 4K clarity or anything, nor do I think the movie needed to have the 4K clarity. It was fine the way it was. It was rock, rock and roll with some other stuff in it. And that's rock for you. So when we were sitting in the movie theater, our seats were back considerably, which turned out to be a good thing, because being more in the back part of the theater, if you're seeing something like that that's shot on video, it's better that you sit at a distance because it looks more clear and sharp than if you were more on top of it. So that was good. I would say that I was disappointed. This is not the fault of the movie. I was disappointed in the sound. It wasn't loud enough in the theater. You take your chances. You can go see a movie at one theater and the sound is really loud. Maybe another theater it's too quiet. I think because it was such strong music, I think it could have benefited the experience, that is, in the theater, from being louder. So I was kind of disappointed in the sound quality there. But there were some effects where it was like kind of surround. It wasn't just coming right from the screen. Stuff was coming from around the theater, which was fun and interesting. Now, what I liked also is that there's an introduction from Paul McCartney himself that he recorded for this event. And I like that Paul comes up today and talks a little about what it was like doing One Hand Clapping. So it was good to see that. After One Hand Clapping is over, by the way, Paul comes up again, today, 2024 Paul, and he says again, please don't leave yet. We have one more thing to show you. Stay in your seats. I'm going to show you the backyard tape. He says something to that effect, where he discusses how, this project, which was recorded at Abbey Road Studios back in 1974, after or in between doing the songs, it was done at Abbey Road, where the Beatles recorded. In the backyard, there was a section that was kind of peaceful, Paul thought, and he set up a microphone and did a bunch of songs there, most of them being like oldies, like Buddy Holly, a little Chuck Berry, and you know, he kind of has a little feature of that. I don't know how long it runs, 10, 12 minutes, 15 minutes maybe, and that was added. I love that that was added to the end. That was a special treat, which made the experience more worth it and longer. So as far as that, I like the presentation. I like Paul coming up there. I thought the backyard tape, if you call it that, was a lot clearer and more robust, and the sound was even better than One Hand Clapping. Now, talking about One Hand Clapping itself as a movie, as a documentary, as a performance, you know, I really enjoyed the vinyl that came out recently and the CD. There's a vinyl and CD of the actual music. Not all of the music that was on the disc was originally in the One Hand Clapping film. Okay, I hadn't seen One Hand Clapping, the film, the video, if you will, for many, many years. I first saw it, I think, in the 1980s on a VHS tape, and it was very crude, of course. And I haven't seen it since. It's been a very long time, and I know why I haven't seen it since. One Hand Clapping, to me, is no Great Shakes. I mean, yeah, it's great to see Paul. Great to see Linda. Linda is very impressive in this, what she's doing on the keyboards. I like her work, what she's bringing to the group. Jeff Britton on the drums, Jimmy McCulloch, wonderful on guitar, you know, Anthony Lane, you know. But for the actual movie itself, it's not as enjoyable as it is to listen to the record, I think, or the CD, because this is pretty opposite for me. Usually, I'm a person that if it's going to be a concert performance or something like that, I like to see them perform. I like to see the tape or see the film, you know, of the concert or in the studio. This time, I think, when it comes to One Hand Clapping, I don't think I really need to see the visuals much more. I kind of like it better listening to the CD or the vinyl, because simply you get first of all, a lot more music. There's a lot of music that was on the actual recording of audio on the disc that's not in the actual documentary movie. Another thing I don't care for with One Hand Clapping is the fact that you have voiceovers. Some of the songs are interrupted because you have band members speaking, you know, and no offense to anybody, but for some reason I couldn't really clearly understand Jeff Britton very much, or even Denny Lane, the way it sounded on the soundtrack. And I was like, you know, it kind of gets in the way of the music at times, you know. Now, while all that stuff is very interesting to those of us who enjoy McCartney and Beatles stuff, it just seemed intrusive here. You know, I'd rather just have it clean without the audio interruptions. So that's one thing that I noticed, one thing I felt. Another thing I felt is, I felt that I missed Junior's Farm. Junior's Farm is one of my favorite rockers from Paul, one of my all-time favorite Wings songs, and it's not in there. Now, I get a little mixed up because while Junior's Farm does appear on the audio discs, it wasn't in the One Hand Clapping feature. And I'm thinking that it wasn't really part of that. There is footage of them doing it. There's footage of them in the studio doing it, this group. But I'm thinking it wasn't really included originally, right? It wasn't just like omitted or left out here in this presentation. It just never was included, I don't believe, to begin with. So there's that. But I don't want to be a complete like downer on this, because moments really do shine, and it was worth seeing in a theater with an audience, by the way, that was pretty well attended. I was surprised. It wasn't sold out. Obviously, I never expected it to be sold out, but it was attended pretty well, which surprised me. And I just would say that some of the highlights, you know, Live and Let Die, 1985, Band on the Run, Jet, Soily, there's maybe I'm Amazed. There's definitely highlights in there, and actually some of the songs got applause. Not all of the songs got applause. But the one that got the biggest applause was Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die got the most applause with yells of bravo, bravo. I don't know who was saying that, but that was the highlight of the night as far as applause. Also, a little snippet of My Love. We didn't hear the whole song, but the snippet of My Love that was in there got some applause, as I recall. So anyway, when we got to the bonus part, the backyard thing with Paul on acoustic guitar by himself with the mic outside, the extra footage, that was worth it to me more than anything. It was so good. Paul's voice sounded so amazing, and him in his prime, you know, and doing those Buddy Holly songs and a little bit of Chuck Berry, that actually made it even more worthwhile, or all worthwhile. If I had just seen the one hand clapping, I think I would have come out really empty, feeling like, so what, kind of, you know, even though it had its moments. But seeing the backyard tape, perfect. So those are my thoughts on the one hand clapping experience. If you saw it, tell me, what are your thoughts? Thanks for watching.